Join me as I try to stay 2 steps ahead of Nikocado and expose his biggest secrets. Nikocado Avocado, the king of mukbang, the one who's taken the internet by storm, and the reason why many aspiring content creators in the same niche feel intimidated. But what if I told you that there are ways to stay 2 steps ahead of him, to outsmart his strategies, and to build a loyal following of your own? That's exactly what we're going to discuss today. As a content creator in the same niche as Nikocado, you know how overwhelming it can be to compete with someone who has such a massive following. It's like trying to scream in a hurricane. No matter how loud you shout, nobody can hear you. And it's not just about the numbers, it's about the level of engagement, the quality of content, and the authority that Nikocado has built over the years. But here's the thing, being in the same niche as Nikocado doesn't mean you have to be overshadowed by him. In fact, you can use his presence to your advantage, to learn from him, and to carve out your own unique space in the mukbang community. Think about it, Nikocado's audience is massive, but it's not the only audience out there. There are people who are looking for something different, something that Nikocado doesn't offer, and that's where you come in. The key is to identify what sets you apart, what makes your content unique, and what kind of value you can offer to your audience that Nikocado can or doesn't. It's about building a loyal following, one that will stick with you through thick and thin, and one that will help you grow your channel and your brand. So, how do successful creators in the mukbang community stay ahead of the game? What strategies do they use to stand out in a crowded space, to build a loyal following, and to create content that resonates with their audience? Well, for starters, they focus on quality over quantity. They don't try to churn out content left and right. Instead, they take their time, they plan, they script, and they produce high-quality content that's engaging, informative, and entertaining. They also focus on building a community, not just a following. They engage with their audience, they respond to comments, they ask for feedback, and they create content that's relevant to their audience's needs and interests. And, of course, they're not afraid to try new things, to experiment with different formats, styles, and topics. They're not afraid to take risks, to push the boundaries, and to challenge themselves and their audience. But, there's one critical insight, one secret that successful creators know, and that's the key to staying ahead of Nikocado. Are you ready for it? Here it is. It's not about the food, it's not about the eating, it's not even about the community, it's about the emotional connection you make with your audience. It's about creating content that resonates with them on a deep level, that speaks to their emotions, their desires, and their fears. When you create content that's authentic, vulnerable, and honest, you build a connection with your audience that's unbreakable. You create a bond that's based on trust, respect, and empathy. And that's what sets you apart from Nikocado, from any other creator, and from the noise of the internet. That's what makes your content unforgettable, shareable, and life-changing. So, to summarize, staying ahead of Nikocado is not about competing with him, it's about creating your own unique space in the mukbang community. It's about focusing on quality over quantity, building a community, not just a following, and creating content that resonates with your audience on a deep emotional level. Thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What do you think is the most challenging part of creating content in a competitive niche, and how do you stay ahead of the game? Let me know, and don't forget to check out my previous videos for more insights and tips on building a successful YouTube channel.